My name is Tonisco. I'm a certified Tonisco trainer. Today I'm going to show you the new Tonisco Jr hot tub machine concept called Tonisco Blue Line for Vexve ball valves. The concept consists from two suitcases basically. The other one is the hot tub machine and the other one is the adapters that you need to use to connect it to a certain type of valve. The other suitcase has the hot tub machine, and always depending on what type of valve you're using, the other suitcase consists all the adapters that you need from DN20 to DN100. Now, today I'm going to show you how to use Tonisco Jr the right way, checking all the pressure tests, give you some hints how to handle the machine so that it will work basically forever. And we will start by making a hot tub through DN40 hot tub ball valve, which has a low stem and the threads on top, and it's suitable for especially for underground installations. The hot tub procedure always starts by taking measurements of the valve type that you're going to use. Today we will start from the normal hot tub ball valve, so we will remove the protective cap as well the protective tape around the thread. And then we will take the measurement from the surface of the pipe until the top end of the valve. That measurement will then tell us how long shaft we have to assemble. The assembly of the shaft always starts from the base shaft. Then, depending on the size and the length of the valve, you are going to choose the shaft extension that you need. Now, because I've done this a few times, I could check it from the manual, but I know by heart that we're going to use one short extension. I will put the extension on. I don't have to tighten it too much right now. Then I will take the drilling shaft chuck. I will screw the shaft on, just so that it's on the threads. I do not want to tighten it, because at the end of the day, these two pins are the ones that are going to lock the hole saw. Now the shaft is ready for now. Then we move on to the adapter case. We will take the right size adapter, which here is DN40 threaded hot tub ball valve adapter. For that size, we're going to need 38mm hole saw. We will also take that. Then, before doing anything else, I want to check that the adapter fits and the threads are working. It's a two-way trapezoid thread with an O-ring sealing, and now I can see that it works perfectly, and I have taken the right size. Then we take the shaft again. We screw the hole saw in place. And then we lock it with the pins to the holes on the bottom of the hole saw. By doing this, we make it easier to disassemble the hole saw, because it's not tightening on the thread. Instead of that, it's tightening with the pins. Now the shaft is almost ready. We will then take the pilot drill and the special pilot drill magnet and insert the magnet to the hole saw. So first you put the magnet around the pilot drill. So you will put the magnet and the pilot drill to the hole saw or the chuck. Like this. You will first tighten it a little bit, like this. Then you take a little bit back, check that it's on the notch, and then you, after that, tighten it fully. Like this. And always secure, like this. And the normal pilot drill is longer, way longer than the hole saw. But the main idea always what you want to check is that the barb wires on the pilot are, that there's a distance between the barb wires and the hole saw. This will make sure that the coupon that we drill away from the pipe will not drop to the pipe, because these two barb wires will act as a double check. If it doesn't stuck on the hole saw, these barb wires will take. When we are hot tapping into a steel line, we will use some Tonisco metal cutting paste. We will put it to the pilot drill as well as to the hole saw. You don't need to put over excessive amounts of paste, but it's good to put a little bit everywhere. So the paste will do basically two things. It will make the cut a little bit easier, and it will also, in the long run, add more drilling times to your hole saw and the pilot drill. Now basically our drilling shaft is ready. We will put it there. Then we will take the machine body from the suitcase. We will fully open or disassemble the body, fully open the feed socket. And this is good to do all the time, every time before starting a hot tap, because this will basically then force us to start the actual hot tapping on the right place. I will show you later. Right, that. Then I will take the body unit, lubricate the sealings with Tonisco sealant. Again, it will enhance the sealing properties and also make the sealing last longer. I will screw the body to the adapter. Then I will go back to the shaft. Also lubricate the shaft. And insert the shaft to the hot tap machine with the adapter. And basically now the machine is ready to be mounted on the ball valve. Hold the shaft while you're connecting the adapter to the ball valve. You don't have to over excessively tighten the adapter because the sealing mechanism is an O-ring. So just a firm tightness by hand, and make sure that it went well to the threads. Then you will slowly put the shaft so that pilot drill touches the pipe. And now we can calculate and see the distance or the length of the shaft. And now, because I've done this a few times, I already know that this is really good. But basic rule of thumb is that this should be somewhere between 10 and 17 centimeters. Then you're good to go. But if you're uncertain, the feed socket will tell you. So when the feed socket is fully opened, you slowly slide it on the wall, on the shaft, and put it on the body. and let it go as far as it goes. It stops there. Then you will start feeding clockwise and all the time pushing it towards the notches, like this. So it basically will automatically find the right place to start. And now we see that we have space here and we have also space above, so we know that we have enough drilling distance. But before you do anything else, or even do this, please always make certain that the valve will shut and open without problems when you have the shaft inside the drilling chamber. So we will check now that the valve works. We'll remove the cap. We will take the wrench from the adapter case. We will choose the right size socket, and with this we will now raise the shaft up, hold it there, and make sure that the valve closes without problems, like this. Then we can slowly check that there's room, and there's plenty of room. Then we will again fully open the valve and put the shaft so that the pilot drill touches the pipe. We will put the socket. We will tighten the socket. And now the machine is assembled. We have tested that the valve works. So the next step is to make a pressure test for the welding here, and also for the adapter and the machine itself. We have chosen compressed air to do the pressure test because it's fast and it's really easy for visual leak detection with leak detection spray or soap water. So I'm going to use compressed air for the test pressure. I'm going to fill the drilling chamber with pressure. Then I will take the manometer. I'll put the manometer in place. See that the pressure level rises. We have around 6 bars. Then I will spray all the welding seams and check that there's no leaks. And if you want, you can also check the adapter or the body and all the connections. This is a really good and convenient way always to check that your machine doesn't have any leakages. It basically comes in the same while checking the weld. Now I see that the pressure level is not dropping. I don't see any leakages, so basically now the hot tapping is good to go. Before starting the actual hot tap process, remember to put your safety gear on. Even though the hat is really cool, it's not enough. The minimum is a helmet with a strap, and the strap has to be secured. Then you will have your ear protection, safety gloves, safety jacket and trousers, eye protection. So now we are ready to hot tap. Now that I have my safety gear on, it's safe to release the pressure from the chamber. I will put the manometer on again. This has basically 2 main tasks. It will show you when the pilot drill actually penetrates the pipe, and it will also tell you what is the real pressure inside the main. The final stage of the assembly is to attach the electric drive unit to the drilling shaft. Also here, try to avoid any hitting motions so that the pilot drill will not hit the surface of the pipe. Then you will secure the drive unit with the screw that comes with the set. Tighten the screw so that the drive unit and the shaft are solid as one. No force needed here either, just a little bit like that. Then basically the set is ready and we can start hot tapping. The actual drilling process will start with the pilot drill drilling, and for that you will select the most fastest RPMs that you can get from the machine. And with this setup, it means that you will select the gear, you will put it on the gear selection number 2, and from the other RPM selector you will take the fastest. And now you can also put your ear protection on. Now we will start. And there are two things that are vital for the pilot drill drilling. So first you want to start slow, see that it cuts. You don't need to use any force. Let the machine do the work, and then do not feed all the time constantly. Stop the feed for a second so that you will avoid the pilot drill of making these long spirals that are really harmful for the ball. Now we start. Take a good stance, support your body to the drive unit, take a little bit back from the feed socket so that it will start with so that when you start the machine, it's going to turn freely. From the manometer, you will immediately see when the pilot drill penetrates the pipe. When the pilot is through, you can hear it from the drive unit, and you can also feel it from the feed socket that it gets much lighter. We want to make sure, so we will make a few turns and feed a little bit more. Like this. And then the next phase, because there is this small distance between the pilot drill and the hole saw, that we have to then of course feed that distance away before we can start the hole saw cutting. Therefore, I don't have to turn the drive unit anymore, I can just turn the feed socket and basically take away that extra space. And if it's a silent workplace, you can actually hear when the barbed wires snap on the pipe. Like that. Now the pilot drill has gone so far that the barbed wires have opened on the pipe. And this is always a good sign. Then just a few turns like this, and now the hole saw is touching the surface of the pipe. Then we will change the RPMs on the machine. We will take the gear selection number 1, the RPM selector a little bit slower, and then take a little bit back again, so that in the beginning the shaft can turn freely, and then we will start with the hole saw drilling. Especially with the hole saw drilling, it's really important to have a good stance. Your body on the drive unit, and make sure that you have a good stance and posture. Now we will begin with the hole saw drilling. When making the hole saw cutting, it's important to start slow and you don't have to use any force. The feed socket will basically automatically give it the right amount of force. So take it easy, let the machine do the work. Also here, when the hole saw is almost through, you can hear it from the drive unit, and you can feel that the feed gets lighter. But also here, I want to be sure, so I'm going to make few extra turns more. And another good way to check that it's totally through is that you stop turning the machine and you just turn the feed socket like this. Now it has to be through because the machine is not turning. Then I will remove the manometer, and actually right after the pilot drill penetrates the pipe and shows you the pressure rise and also shows you the pressure in the main, it's good to actually take off the manometer because it's easily that you somehow hit the manometer and it can cause injuries. Okay, now the hot tapping is done. We have a hole in the main. Let's take the machine up and close the valve. So put your body weight on the feed socket, a small push, release it from the notch, and let the pressure take the shaft up like this. And before closing the valve, let's take all the parts away. Take away the feed socket. And then one problem can come from the drilling waste that we drill from the pipe. So before closing the valve, it's good to flush the drilling chamber. And for that, we can use the normal pressure relief hose and a bucket. So by flushing, we will try to get all the drilling waste away from the chamber. Like this. So basically now we have done everything that we can to avoid the waste going to the valve. We have used the magnet, we have done the pilot drilling so that we stop and then we continue in order to try to cut those big spirals, and then we have done the flushing. Now it is safe to assume that the valve will work properly. I will now shut the valve like that and release the pressure from the machine. Like this. Try to avoid releasing the pressure too fast, because then there's a slight chance that the shaft will drop and maybe injure the ball. Now the chamber is depressurized, then we can dismantle the machine. Now we have successfully made a DN40 hot tap ball valve hot tapping with Vexve hot tap ball valve. The next phase is to disassemble the machine, clean everything and put it back to the suitcase. If you have a compressor, you can do it easily and fast. Unscrew all the parts. Clean the threads. Make sure that there's no drilling waste or anything else. And basically now you can put the adapter back to its place on the suitcase. This way the machine will last forever and you always find your tools ready to use for the next time. Now I will show you how to disassemble the shaft. You will take the special tools, special Tonisco keys from the hot tub machine suitcase. You take the opening pins, 2 pieces. Then you will place the special key on the shaft, right where you have these holes for the pins. You will put the pin through the key and the hole in the shaft, and then you can use the key opening to unlock the shaft. It's good to have a hammer so that you can give a small push to the chuck so it opens easily. Now when you have removed the chuck, you see the pins will fall out and it's easy to unscrew the hole saw. Also these parts clean them and put them back. The same with the shaft extension. You can leave the same key on the place it on the hole on the shaft, and the other end you can put directly to the upper end of the shaft. Hold it and open it. If you take your time and always disassemble and clean the shaft and the machine, we will guarantee that the machine will last for decades.